good morning, everyone. And thank you for joining, indeed, this session. So I can see that people from user departments, people from academia, there are people from, development background or startup companies. It's a good gathering today, in fact. I can see audience from different background. So that's really great to see all of you here. Thank you so much and welcome to this session. Yeah, Kamlesh, please, let's move to the next slide. So primarily in this session today, we will discuss a couple of things that what are the various challenges users are facing in India. As a user, all of you, whether government users or private department users or academia or research scholars or developers, what are the challenges we are facing, to access the content, local content in India? So we'll talk about that. And then, we will actually also talk about that what is the thinking, thought process behind designing this ArcGIS Living Atlas of India. We'll talk about that. And then we will also talk about the overview of various data sets, including base maps and imagery and elevation data, boundaries and demographics and land use, so many data sets actually. We have large number of data layers, which we will actually discuss about that also. And we will have a live demonstration also today for you, which my colleague Kamlesh will demonstrate. So it's a lot of interesting stuff for you today. Then we will also talk about how to use this content. For example, if let's say you are a developer, you are a user, you use a GIS system, you use ArcGIS Desktop, you use ArcGIS Pro, you use ArcGIS Enterprise, you develop some web applications, some mobile applications. So how to use this content, for yourself, for your organizations, right? So that we'll talk about that. And then we will also talk about how you can contribute. So primarily, the Living Atlas of India is primarily a living content, which is actually updating every day. Why we say updating every day means there are a lot of content which is also coming out from, we are adding, every day. So it's a growing list of content, right, every day. And as a content owner, if you also would like to share some of the content with the community, with the users around the country or around the world, we welcome you, in fact, and we will help you actually that how you can share that. So you will see in the demo part also that how this is becoming quite easier now. Yeah, please go ahead, Kamlesh. Next slide. So primarily, yeah, if you talk about the challenges, see what we have been facing, all of us, for many years, that content is not really available as a single source of truth. If today I go, I want to access, let's say, boundaries of different types, boundaries of, the administrative boundaries, or I want to access postal code boundaries, PIN code boundaries, I want to access, election boundaries or some other boundaries, I need to struggle a lot. I talk to different organizations, take data. Data is not talking to each other. There's a lot of mismatch also in the data from different organizations. So this is a pain actually, all users are facing in the country, whether you are from government organization, private organization, or you are from academia, or you are from development background. So data is not matching, in fact. It's incomplete also. What do we mean here by incomplete is that government, let's say, announced new districts. Government announced new, areas of boundaries. So our intent is actually that as a user, we would like to access that new updated boundaries. If let's say there are changes happening in, Telangana and Andhra, right, boundaries, then how fast user can get those updated maps, right? So data is not data available with different organization actually is not continuously updated, in real time. So there is a huge effort goes. For example, as a user, if I want to take data from different file sources, there is a huge effort goes in integrating data, in making all the data talking to each other. Because data is I'm getting is actually from different sources, different formats. It's not matching to each other. So that was a major challenge actually for the users. So repeated efforts, cost and time for the same data. I mean, same data, different people are working, right? Creating, editing, posting. So a lot of effort and repeated efforts are getting actually there, right? So we found that this is a major challenge for various data providers and data consumers. Now, availability of GIS-ready content. That's a very important aspect we would like to share today is that if data is also available, let's say, from different department, different data providers, it is not available as a GIS-ready content means I can't consume directly the data. Either I will download that, process that, sync up entire data sets, integrate that with the attributes, then I publish it. But here, objective was that can we have a GIS portal or GIS repository in the country where data is available as a service directly? I can consume as a web service in my applications, in my mobile application, in my desktop applications, in my web applications. Can I consume the data? So as a GIS user or as a GIS developer or as a GIS industry user or private or government user, I need data GIS ready, which can be consumed directly in my applications, in my analysis. So that was also a major challenge. We noticed. Location now, as I mentioned in the beginning, this data, because location intelligence is becoming very crucial now. I mean, thanks to geospatial policy, also, we had 1.5 year, 2 year back, geospatial policy was announced for the country, where government was very liberal by announcing the data, making the data open. Now, people are, open. They're allowed to collect data. They're allowed to publish data around certain guidelines. So, following those guidelines, so what we have done, we have set up a complete data repository, live repository. We call it Living Atlas, ArcGIS Living Atlas of India. We have set up this entire infrastructure in India on India Cloud within Indian boundaries, and we have partnered with various government and private organizations. See, we don't do survey ourselves. So what we have done, we have identified various government and private organizations. For example, we talk to Survey of India, we talk to Census, we talk to Ministry of Rural Development, we talk to different ministries, and then we talk to private agencies also. Then we also, apart from these data sets, boundary and other data sets, then we also actually explored that from where we can access entire satellite imagery, right? There are different satellites. In fact, today, if you see, as a user, I want to access high resolution image of 30 centimeter, 50 centimeter. As a different user, I want to do, change detection. I want to use multispectral data, right? I want to use sentinel data. I want to use Landsat data. So it was a major pain for the user to download, to process everything, and then utilize it. So here, objective of this setting up this repository or Living Atlas was that we do this backend process. We have a large team actually who is working every day on this kind of processing, and then they keep this data ready and publish this on India server, which is primarily can be accessed by anybody, by all the users. That was the purpose actually. So whether you are academia, you are doing a project, you are a student, you are a master student, you are a research scholar, you want to do actually some research project around data. So rather than hunting data from different organizations, you can directly start using it. You are from startups, you want to develop certain GIS applications or certain business applications, you can utilize this data, including satellite imagery as a service directly. Then you have industry user, government user. So all this data set, primary purpose was that with the government geospatial policy getting opening up, and government has announced that very liberally. So we have invested in this initiative as Esri India here and set up this entire repository in India on Indian cloud, where we are trying to pull data from different departments, syncing up. We do a lot of data cleaning, a lot of data massaging before we host this data, so that the data end user get is actually better, is usable, right? Is useful for all of you. That was the purpose. So I would request my colleague Kamlesh, who is heading this initiative, at Esri India, to talk about this data in detail and demonstrate us that what are all different kind of data as a user I can access or you can access, and how it is possible. And he will also talk about that if you want to contribute as an individual user or as an organization, how you can contribute also, so that large number of users can benefit in the country or across. Thank you so much. Yeah, Kamlesh, over to you.
Thanks, Vijay. Good morning, everyone. So, as like Vijay had said, the contest that how and why ArcGIS Living Atlas of India came into existence and what is the use cases around it. So, my name is Kamlesh Sharma and I am managing the Living Atlas of India portal. So, today we will talk about the content and the services, data services which are available at the portal. So ArcGIS Living Atlas of India includes like ready to use data services. And these data services are like the maps, apps, data layers, like many base maps we have. So, and all these are curated and from the authoritative data sources. And like the name suggests, living atlas, so it is kind of living. So most of the data layers are regularly updated and even some of the data layers are live. So today we'll talk about all these things. Now, key highlights. So what we have in this product is like establishment of Esri India Living Atlas on local cloud, and this is available on high availability mode like 24 into 7. All these services you can access anytime. So till today we have around 900 plus data layers that received around 100 million server requests. All these data layers are from the authoritative data sources. Primarily, as we look at our traditional approach is when we have requirement of these data sets, we look for the data source, right? Then we collect the data, we clean the data, change the data into as per our schema requirements, and then use the data. And then if again we need to look for the updates, then what happens? We again go back to the particular data source and do all the rework. So just looking at this pain area, or at least Indian users, what we thought that yes, come to some solution where these users will have direct access to the up-to-date layers, right? And these layers are available all the time. So primarily, we looked for the population data, then demographics up to village level. Right now, we have 2024 update. So we are also updating these layers. Then population projections. So this is like a data crisis, we can say, since 2011, census has not happened. So our primary requirement is, can we get some assessment, can we get some projections around the population? So we used Government of India, Census of India projections and try to relate with the current population at the village level, district level, sub-district level, and then state and country level. Similarly, all these primarily required boundaries, like you have pin code boundaries you need. This is again, we go to different sources, we get the different boundaries. So it is always like challenging, circle boundary. So these data layers we made available through the portal, election boundary data. So right now, like this is election is buzzword, right? So everyone want to have the correct boundary, assembly boundary, parliamentary boundary. So we made this data available. Railway tracks, airports, seaports. So these are basic data layers, but not updated actually. You will see many data sources are providing these information, but not up to date. So as Vijay said, like we have good team, around 20 plus members team, they keep updating all these layers and you get the data. Similarly, sometimes even you need not to worry about the data layers update because at the backend we are updating all these layers. So suppose that in India right now around 780 plus sub districts, but in many data sources you will find somewhere 760, somewhere 740, somewhere 780. Some government announcement happens, but those are not integrated with the data layer. So here we also will in sync with all these news, right? We check the documents, we go through all these related documents, notifications, and update the boundary. So you will get the updated boundaries. Similarly, we have government schemes data, health, education, transport, agriculture, crime, accident, purchasing power. So these data layers are available, and we are keeping up adding data layers as well. OSM data layers like points of interest data. If you want, where are the hospitals, where are the hotels? They want to understand the demographics. They want to do some customer insights. They want to do some other analysis, but they do not have the data. Like police station data that is not available. If they want to do some crime analytics, they need real police station point data. Right? Fire station data, you want to see that fire can be managed or how the territory is there. So we have these data layers available, and most of these important layers are with quarterly updates even. SDG goals which are also available, and then other PMGSY, Manrega, so these kind of data layers are available. We also adding these contents are from like even government of Nepal, so they share data with us. So we publish this data at this portal. Survey of India boundaries we have at this portal. Census of India data we have at this portal. So overall, this is ever growing product. Where right now we have 900 plus data layer, but in future it is like a growing. Also, we categorize these to the particular groups so that you can directly filter. The filter options are provided if you want to look at only education related data layers. So you will get all these data layers grouped into a particular category. Rural development, ward boundary, health. So we have around 30 plus data categories apt for all these content. So let's talk about imagery. That is so far like most popular base map that we provide to our customers. Here for India, we have like 30 centimeter coverage for 100 plus metros. So this is high quality image. So you can see in the PPT as well. I will go through live demonstration. And for rest of the India, we have around 50 centimeter pan India coverage. And all these are like latest imagery. Like in few metros, we are providing less than 6 month vintage images. So here you can see the quality and the coverage of the images. Also, we are providing archived images since 2014. We want to do some changes, some change versions. So you can get those data and apps available at the portal. So first I will go through the live demonstration on imagery part, and then we can have demonstration on other data layers as well. So let me switch. This is how everyone is is and how you can go to the particular living atlas portal. So I will show you, I will start from here, then we will discuss about all these data layers. So suppose that if you are at Esri India website, right, search for it, and go to the particular site. Here we also have the summary page for living atlas and all the selected products which are available there. Here you can see ArcGIS Living Atlas of India, ArcGIS Business English, Indo-ArcGIS content. So at this Esri India website, you will get the link of all these data products. Once I click here, ArcGIS Living Atlas of India, explore Living Atlas. So it will route to the Living Atlas web page. Here you will get the summary as well. Without any login requirement, till here you can go and you can understand what we have made available for you at this particular portal. Here you can see 900 plus data layers, 100 plus categories, and 50 million plus annual data requests. This shows that how this data is important for Indian users and our customers. Every day you can see 100,000 plus requests we are receiving for this data. So once you go down, you will see all those popular data and maps which are getting high, which are receiving high requests from Indian users. Administrative boundary, village boundary, district boundary. So you can go through, you can search your required content. Once I want to now go to the particular data. I want to search for the data. I click here, I will go to the particular page. So this is the page where you can access all these 900 plus data layers which are available. Similarly, there are different categories as we talked about. Base map, imagery, boundary. You can click at any of the category and then you can find the relevant data. Similarly, demographics related housing. So the proper tagging is provided with the content and this can help you in easy search of the content, environment, infrastructure, kind of. Similarly, if I look at the imagery part, as we talked about that how the imagery is, there are so many base maps available and you can simply click here and get the information about the particular base map. I will also show you that how you can add this content into the different platforms like in the ArcGIS Pro, or if you want to go to like into the map viewer, you want to add data into the map viewer or ArcGIS online. We will show you that how you can do that. At this particular page, we used to go like item description. You get all the information that what is inside the particular content, what is the coverage, and the terms of use. Tradition like we have maps or imagery, we have other sources as well. If I click here, then it will simply open the map from the map viewer. Here you can see, you can go to the India, right? And this is the image where we have around 30 centimeter plus coverage. So here I will show you how the quality of this product. This is 30 centimeter coverage we have covered image. Once you click at the image, anywhere, any part of the image, you can get the data metadata information like the capture date, the resolution, kind of. This is available. This is one of the popular base maps that we used to talk about. Now, if we come to the PPT again, screen, can talk about elevation data as well, where we are providing base map related to 2D, 3D, terrain 3D, topography, right? And these are also you can do some analysis like profiling, you said, slope, aspect, instead. These kind of analytics are also available. So you can say analytics ready content we are providing. And if I jump to the page again, so here you can see like this is digital elevation model data, right? Available. We talk about 3D. We search again, right? Suppose that if you want to search the content like 3D, we can go here and we can search for the 3D terrain. I already opened this page for you. This one, where you will get the information of the elevation. You can add other available maps on top of this particular map. Where you can see if I want to add the imagery. These are available. And the important thing is you can also download, export some part of these data layers. This is very important data layer that our customers are looking at. Now, and talk about the live feeds. So here you can see there are many data layers which are available, like related to weather, traffic, and other data layers. So we have number of data layers which are continuously getting updated, having like related to air quality conditions, wildfire, and forest report analysis, weather observations. So again, to access this content, we can go to the particular page. Like here, you can see World Traffic Service. So if you look at this item page description, here you will find that the traffic data is updated every 5 minutes. Clearly, when you click at it, you can get the service available and added to the map wherever you are working. If I open this particular layer, zoom to any part of the country, I will get the live traffic information. How we can use it, I will also talk about in a while. So here you can see live traffic conditions. Similarly, there are other live layers. Like here you can see active hurricane, cyclone, and typhoon. Right. So these layers are available. You can add, and I can use these layers in my analysis. Current weather and wind system data. If I click here again, so I will get the information how the weather phenomena is right now, how the wind flow is happening. Like and even click when you click at it, you can get the additional information as well. So coming to back to this presentation again. So these are some of the very popular data layers that we have. Then we come to the boundary part. So India admin boundary is always like challenging to manage these boundaries to even make in sync. Like villages are not talking with the sub-district is not talking with the district is not talking rightly with the with the state, and similarly country. There are some issues in between the boundaries as well, right? So what we did, we worked on all these boundaries. We received the boundaries from Survey of India. Then we added some additional information like population data, population projections, around 300 plus variables with these boundaries. So we corrected these boundaries and we enriched these boundaries with the useful information. It's like we have 2011 census data, we added all those variables, then we added some projections till 2036. So for these 25 years, uh, we have some projections available, male, female, urban, rural, kind of. So this is like a very good, what we can say, popular. These are very popular data services. We are receiving several hits in a day on all these data layers. You can access it. So again, I will go to the portal. I come back here, and if I select the administrative boundary here in the category list, you will see ward boundary data, then admin boundary. If I search like admin boundary, I will get you can see here you can see like country demographics, then state-wise demographics, district demographics, sub-district demographics. So all these are starting from the village and town. So these layers we are providing demographics and separately boundaries as well. So here you will see like these are the boundaries, village boundaries, then sub-district, state, district boundaries. And many users also want like combined files. Like here is India admin boundaries 2024. Means this base map covers includes all these layers which are required at a particular zone layer. Now we can also look at the other data layers like demographics we talked about. So here you will see the attributes available with like all the attributes which are provided by census in tabular format. So here we can relate like total literacy versus total population. So these are ready maps. You can simply go to these maps and add. So here suppose that I want to open this particular demographics map. It and here I will let you know that how you can add these layers into your portal, into your platform. So here suppose that open in ArcGIS dashboard. If you are ArcGIS dashboard user, you have option to add these maps and these data layers directly ArcMap open in ArcGIS Pro. So once you click at it, you will get the file created. So here if I am clicking here, the file is generated, and if I particularly click at this link, this data will be opened in the ArcGIS Pro. Similarly, there are options open in scene viewer, open in map viewer, open in desktop. And if you do not want to open in ArcGIS Pro and map, but just you want to see and explore the data. So through visualization, you can simply explore at this particular page.
So, Kamlesh, while this is coming up, maybe we can take a couple of questions that we've received.
Okay.
We have Robert asking, are the layers available on Living Atlas of India free to use or download, and does it consume credits if used? Example on web apps or apps.
Yeah, though we will cover all these questions in our Q&A session, but here these are available as services. Many data layers are available for you to download as well, right? But here these are we are providing as a service. And the reason behind this is because we are keeping updated all these layers. Our clients or our users want up-to-date layers in their dashboard, in their applications. So there should not be any data gap. There any no any lag into the data. So that's why these updated layers are provided to the users. And what other question is?
Vinita is asking, I need block-wise boundaries. Please guide me on it.
Yeah, that is also in process. We will made available in coming months. Right now, like block is almost similar to sub-district boundaries. So I think you can also use sub-district boundaries. But yes, we are planning to make available these block boundaries coming few months. Any other questions we have?
I think we can take them a little later.
Okay. So similarly, like I can click here and I can get all those 300 plus variables which are provided from the census of India. And I want to see how the data is. So the list of variables are available here as well. Without opening the map, I can see the data here. What are the variables? If I want to see the list of variables, if I click on the prints, I will get the list of variables as well. So now back to the presentation again. Let me share my screen. So as we talked about the census data and the population projections as well. How this data can help, like in 2011, we can see these are like emerging sub districts here, but other doors as well, which are becoming like more than 2 million plus population areas. So how this data can help into the planning and managing the assets kind of. So we can use this data for your solutions and applications. Similarly, like election boundary data, so we also struggle to get the boundaries compiled. So there are many sources here available, like added in bits and pieces for some districts, for some assemblies only. But And what we did hard work here. We gone through ESI website. We downloaded all those PDF maps, hard coded maps, and then georeferenced and digitized, and then created these boundaries. And also, right now, what we are doing, the recent elections data we are putting here. So if like recent elections happened, we will also get these layers available at Living Atlas for your analytics purpose. Here you can see the data we are attaching to these boundaries. So how you can understand like this is not data in bits and pieces. First thing is data compiled for entire country. So you will have pan India layer. Then you will have these variables which are very important to map. It takes months of time if someone start working today, downloading and then attaching all these variables, QA, QC, all these things we are doing for our customers. They need not to worry about the quality. They need not to worry about the gaps. So simply they can use this particular service and start from like from the half work already done, something like that. So here you can see Rajasthan elections happened last year. So you will see some of the data layers available. And in any particular constituency, you will get to win the win this particular election, and then the margin, party, runner-up party, constituency code, similarly as parliamentary code, assembly code, Himachal election happened in 2022, Mizoram Vidhan Sabha election. So we are trying to put all these layers at the portal. Recently, like elections are going on, right? And this dashboard created by our team member and getting like and good response from the customer. So here you can see I can also show you. At this page, if I see for election icon, right, you will access this particular dashboard. The information that where elections are happening, the phase wise data. You will see the description here. So click at the dashboard, you will get further insights. So this is not about the data layers only. The Living Atlas of India is having applications, we having dashboard, we having maps, even nicely what we can see, cartography is also maintained. Some of the beautiful maps you will see for like point of interest data, you will see nicely managed symbols, points. So this is the map that available to our users. And even when I click it, I can see which are those states or constituencies going in for phase one, and then the notification, filing of nomination. So this can help to our users and even people who are interested or who are related to the election work. And here you can see, so we have mapped all these constituencies with the notification date, filing nomination, last date of withdrawal, something like that. These dashboards are also available at the portal. Now, last year we also added and adding data from the Bhuvan portal. So Bhuvan is like again the authoritative source of the data layers. And use land cover is primarily we are accessing from there, and wasteland data, and there are so many other layers. Around 50 plus layers we have added at the portal from NRSC ISRO. And similarly, if you search for NRSC ISRO, you will find all these data layers available at our portal. So here you can see even 10K land cover map, land cover from Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Odisha, Udaipur, Madhya Pradesh. So these maps are also we are providing. Then metro rail network. These are like recent developments where people want to see there are many plannings around the metro network and metro stations. So right now we added around metro network with 10 cities, and we will keep updating these data layers. Ward boundary, so ward boundary is again challenge for our customers. So what we did, we initiated this work last year, and around 100 cities we have covered so far based on the population and based on the, like we can say, GDP income kind of. So we filtered around 200 plus cities, and we will made available the boundaries by end of this year. So all these ward boundaries will be available at this portal in coming 2 months. OSM data, sometimes what happens, OSM data is available, but that is available again in the raw format. So you want to do the processing and all things you need to do to make this workable for you guys. So the good work has team has done, and we have around 60 plus data layers which are available from OSM, and we are updating them continuously. Point of interest data like bank and ATM, yes, related data and the general. So these data layers are available at the portal right now. Some of the applications that how you can utilize these applications, some of the explorer which are already available, like Landsat Explorer, Sentinel Explorer, and these explorer here you can also download and you can have some analytics done already for you. So let me go to the portal again. Suppose that this is wayback application, imagery wayback application, where we have images, archived images available since 2014. So how this can help? Suppose that you want to see the change detection. So here we have options to add images. You can see different types of images. So how many images are available at this particular location? In the left panel or the right panel, you can see, and you can select based on your interest. So like this is one of the area in Jewar Airport in the Noida. So we can see when the construction happened, how the progress is happening. So these changes we can see. Similarly, we can see for other areas as well, like in Delhi, central Delhi, sort of development happened, and when in the parliamentary side. So let me show you some of the changes which are happening. This application can help you to see the changes over the time. Progress is happening or not, right? Kind of changes you can see when the particular structure came into the existence. And you can also use these tiles. There are some options to download these tiles. You can use the tile package here. You can record. So there are many options available. I would request if you go to the Living Atlas Playback application and access this application and take full advantage of this particular application. Again, if I go to like Inside Explorer, so accessing all these is very simple. That you can search your required content and access. Suppose that if I go to Sentinel Explorer, just that oh, actually is providing you all these Explorer, where analytics is already done for you. There are other, what we can say, processing methods which are available. Here you can see natural color and the WI and the PI, right? All these indexes which are available. If I click there and do WI color, so I will get the data in that format. You can also download these data layers through different options available. Here you can see download, export the data layer in PNG, JPG format. I want to show you the Lancet Explorer as well. These are the apps which are available at the portal. Here you can see like natural color imagery will be available, infrared, like short wave. So these set of imagery are available. You can swap these images, you can explore, you can find a particular scene. So this is like again warehouse and what we can say repository of the Lancet images here. So since 2012 here you can see this is the long back project actually. Lancet is a big program. So here you will have imagery archived for many years available. So you can do the changes, you can swap the images, we can add different images here, right? You can analyze these. These indexes are also available here. Water index, vegetation index, surface temperature. These indexes are available. So this is about the Landscape Explorer. Here is the option to change the Sentinel Explorer as well. Similarly, at this platform, without leaving this particular page, you can access the Sentinel Land Cover Explorer as well. So this is about the types. Then we have already covered this part that how you can access the content. So I mentioned that through Esri India website you can go, or you can go to the Living Atlas of India particular web page. In the ArcGIS Pro, how you can access that I can also. Once I click on that particular link, the data is open now in Pro. And if I do not want to go to that particular explorer and I just want to add the content here only without leaving this environment. So what I will do, I can go to add data section, and if I click at the data, there are options to add the data from portal like ArcGIS Online, Living Atlas. If I click at Living Atlas, I want to I will get a list of data available on that particular name and I can add the content there. And within a fraction of seconds, this content will be added into your environment. Like sub-district boundary, we already added from the Living Atlas. So all these data layers are available in what we can say in your mobile apps, in your desktop, in your enterprise. So wherever and whichever environment you are working, you can access these data layers. There you can see pin code boundary got added. You can see further variables, data attributes which are available with the boundary, like office name, pin code, office type, circle name, state, district, coordinate. These data layers, this content is now in your own environment. Let's come to the slide again. So we talked about this, how you can access data in ArcGIS Online, Enterprise, Pro, and embed in your applications. Coming to the part like how you can contribute. So sometimes what happens, you have good data. So we are connecting with the authoritative data sources, but there are many, what we can say, sources which have accurate data. They are hardly working on some projects, and they want to share those data lakes with us. So there are many options to contribute. If you if you're willing to contribute with us, either you can share data directly with us, or there are options. You like ArcGIS online customer, you have ArcGIS online account, you can directly contribute. And then how you can contribute? So this is very simple. At this particular page, you have contribute option. And if you are like ArcGIS online customers, you have already applications available. Hello, can you hear me? So here you can see at this particular page, Global GIS Living Atlas of the World, how you can nominate your content. So the page is talking about how you can nominate. And simply, if I want to nominate my content, I can see the data layers which are available with me. Like I have already published some of the data layers, okay? And I want to add some of the data layers to Living Atlas of the World. So I can simply click here and then nominate. This is one of the options available to contribute. So now I think we are done with this. So in this process, what will happen once you nominate the content? This will come to the Esri curator, right? And a person will go through the content, they will do the QA, and they will also help in data enrichment. If there are some gaps or we want to add some additional data variables like state name, district name, country name you want to update, you want to take help from our team, we are ready to help to make this content available to your users. So once you nominate, the curator will review it, and once accepted, it will make live. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Now we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. So we look forward to seeing you as like a top contributors to the Living Atlas. So if you have content, you will see that your content can help to many other users who are working, who are in GIS industry, and they can take help from your content. They can save time and effort in creating the same content, right? So it would be great advantage to share the content with each other and save the time. So this is last slide. I think we can jump to Q&A. Thank you.